Right now, the word tariff is being thrown around like political confetti. So, what is a tariff? A tariff is a tax on a foreign product. For example, if the United States produces a certain chocolate for $5, if China somehow makes the same chocolate with the same qualities for $3 and sells it to the United States, the Chinese chocolate would be more popular than the United States chocolate. That's when the tariff would come in. The United States can impose a tariff on chocolate to raise its price to $6. This would make the United States chocolate cheaper, which will make it more popular. As you can see, tariffs are used to increase the price of imported products. There are also two types of tariffs, specific and ad valorem. A specific tariff is when there is a fixed tariff amount for all products that are impacted, no matter the price. For instance, a $3 chocolate and a $100 chocolate will have the same tariff. The next type of tariff is an ad valorem tariff. However, an ad valorem is a fancy way to say percentage. This kind of tariff is when they enforce a tariff with a percentage. In this example, for the 50% tariff, Chinese chocolate is $3. Tariff, however, is per 50% of 3, which is 1.5 or $1.50. The total is $4.50. The super amazing chocolate, which is $50, so the 50% of 50 is $25. So the total will be $75. As you can see, the tariffs on these two items are proportional to the first value. Now that you know about tariffs, let's talk about the US-China trade war of 2025. In a nutshell, in Trump's second term, the Trump administration signed an executive order that imposed 10% tariffs on all Chinese goods. Immediately afterwards, China announced retaliatory actions on April 4th, 2025, which included 34% additional tariffs on all US goods. This tariff was effective on April 10th. This is exactly how trade wars start. Do you see the problem with this? This isn't a war of violence, but one of political power. These trade wars can be very bad for the citizens of both countries. From these trade wars, big companies have the chance of losing some money, but small businesses that depend directly on these imports have a chance to lose their businesses. Overall, tariffs are used to gather money and threaten countries. However, if you overuse it, you might have a threat of getting into a trade war, which will be bad for your country and the opposing country. Whenever you want to start a trade war, think about these consequences.